Jurassic World Dominion is so awesome, man. It's the best movie ever. It's time for another dark review. That's how you know it's a good review, when you can barely see me. I have my dad here for the third time for Jurassic World Dominion. Let me tell you something. I don't really like Jurassic Park that much. I mean, the first one's alright. I just watched them for the first time, like, over the past, 2 weeks. And, you know, they're alright, I guess. But, I mean, I wouldn't consider them, classics or anything like that. You know, the first one's, kind of boring in the first half, and then it gets better. And then the second one is just kind of boring, and then it gets really stupid. And then Jurassic Park 3 was, fine. I like the part where the dinosaur said, "Alan!" That was funny. And then, I'm gonna turn the light off. Don't watch this review, you listen to it. But anyways. And then Jurassic World 1 was kind of stupid, but, kind of funny, I guess. There were some fun sequences. I mean, it's dinosaurs tearing up shit, you know what I mean? What do you want? I mean, there was plenty of boring stuff in that movie, but, I mean, I don't know. When the dinosaurs got out and they were doing some sequences, I don't know, I had fun, I liked it. There were even some sequences where I was like, oh, damn, you know, that's pretty terrifying. I'm shaking in my boots. And then Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, maybe. They're bidding on dinosaurs, and they're and then at the end the little girl's like, I'm gonna let the dinosaurs go because they're alive, like me. And you're like, what? And then, okay. And then the setup for this movie at the end of the last movie is, hey, we're gonna have dinosaurs and humans coexisting in society, and that's gonna be Jurassic World 3. So yeah, what did you think, Dad, of the end of the Jurassic saga, as they said?
You know, I think that it all came together in the end. They had all the characters, and there were dinosaurs.
Oh, they sure were. There were characters, and there were dinosaurs. Listen, here's my issue with Jurassic Park movies, all of them, is that when the dinosaurs are just, you know, beating the shit out of each other and, you know, doing stuff, you're like, oh, cool, this is fun. And when the characters are being likable and, you know, they're being fun and they're running away, you're like, oh, this is fun. But every single Jurassic Park movie feels the need to, scientifically explain everything. And I'm falling asleep in those scenes. Whenever we were just focused on this movie on, the bad guy and the evil corporation and how they're controlling the food chain or whatever, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Do I care? Do I really care? No. And I don't know, man. Let's start from the beginning. What do you think of the Jurassic Park series, Dad? Because I just bitched about it for 2 minutes. What do you think of it?
I mean, they added the large grasshoppers.
Yeah, they really added a lot to this movie. I mean, every single one of these movies is basically the same. I mean, what do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to review this movie. It's more a thrill ride than a movie, you know?
Yeah, I think so. It was more for entertainment purposes. It wasn't
Yeah. I mean,
the first one was more scientific, where they could bring dinosaurs to life. This was more okay, dinosaurs are gonna kill everybody like they always do.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's like I just said. They're more roller coaster rides than anything. You go to these movies to have fun, and I think people who really are really into dinosaurs are gonna get a lot out of these movies, you know. But I mean, there is a plot for sure, and it's there. It's there just so dinosaurs can chase humans, and you can be like, oh wow. Gotta say though, best character in this movie was Dr. Ian Malcolm, played by the great Jeff Goldblum, because he's the only character in this movie that realizes how stupid it is. And he's just he just has fun. There's a scene at the beginning where Chris Pratt, so basically there's this raptor who was in the first two movies named Blue, and Blue is kind of friends with Owen, I guess, and you're just like, oh, okay, I guess this raptor has an arc, whatever. And then Owen and he's like, hey, they took your daughter, I'm gonna find her. And the raptor's like, okay. And then later on in the movie, Jeff Goldblum's like, you made a promise to a dinosaur? And that's yeah, this movie's dumb. I gotta say, I hated the Macy. I can't stand her character, and I feel bad for the actress, because she's watching this, I was like, man, she's a really good actress. I feel bad for her because she's stuck with this annoying ass character, you you're just like, you never let me do anything. It's like, bitch, there are dinosaurs roaming the world because of you, actually. You're the reason they're roaming the world. And it's really funny. I got a fun drinking game for you. Every time in the Jurassic World movies, Chris Pratt puts his arm up in front of a dinosaur's face and says something like, eyes on me, or hey, take a shot, and you'll die of alcohol poisoning within the first 30 minutes of the first movie. And then when the little girl does it at the end of this movie, oh, spoilers, sorry. Sorry. But when the little girl does it at the end of this movie, I was like, wow, this is hilarious. There's a scene at the beginning. The movie starts out with like this news reporting footage thing, and there's a scene where this little girl's running from like these dinosaur grasshoppers, and it was just it was really funny. I lost my shit. I don't know, Dad, go into detail. How'd you feel about Jurassic World Dominion? Like, what'd you think?
I thought it was better than the last one. You know, the last one was more like Jurassic Manor, and this one's more like Jurassic. You know, back to the. It's not a park, but it's like a big island. It's kind of like the second one and third one. The original second and third one. So I mean, I thought it was better than those ones. So I mean, it was all right.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was all right.
Yeah, I mean,
long 2.5 hours.
Yeah, my thing with this movie is I actually thought the best part of this movie were the old cast. Laura Dern and Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm. I actually thought they were the best characters. They were really the only characters that had any kind of like development, and they were the only characters with any like charm to them. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard didn't really, like, nothing changed about their characters or anything like that throughout the movie. They're really just there to just run away from dinosaurs, you know? I mean, I'll admit, it was kind of cool to see, like, the old cast and the new cast come together at the end. Like, that was kind of neat, you know? But yeah, the villain in this movie is the same villain from every other Jurassic Park movie. He's this evil scientist who's an asshole, and he's like, I don't care about the dinosaurs, I just want to use them for my own gain. And then at the end, he gets brutally murdered. Like, that happens in every Jurassic Park movie. And, yeah, it's like, I agree with my dad. I mean, it's fun, you know, like, it's fine. Out of the Jurassic World movies, I would say I was the most entertained probably by the first one. And the second one was pretty stupid, but I still enjoyed it. Like, I actually liked the mansion scene. I thought it was kind of a fun sequence. And there's definitely some fun sequences in this movie. There's a lot of, but let me tell you, this movie's 2.5 hours long, and you definitely feel it. It's a long movie. You know, there's a lot of scenes where I was like, man, I am bored. You know, I'm really not interested in what's going on, you know. And maybe if I was just more into dinosaurs, I would be, but I'm just not. So I wasn't really into it that much. But I don't know. Whenever there was an action scene or it was just the characters being charming, I had fun. You know, it's a fine movie. There was one sequence I thought was pretty cool, actually, which was Chris Pratt and this other girl whose name I forgot. She just kind of shows up and then joins the crew, and you're like, okay, she's here now. But anyway, there's this scene where they're on ice, and there's this dinosaur that comes towards them, and so they're like, oh snap, we gotta figure out what to do. And before they can even like figure out the plan, the dinosaur just goes under the ice, and you're like, oh, you know, like, that was neat. I like that.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like that scene. There's a fun motorcycle chase, but I don't know. I gotta say, these movies are pretty repetitive. They're all kind of the same. You know, like, if you were to ask me, like, Brandon, rank every Jurassic Park movie from worst to best, it's like, I don't know. They're all pretty much the same, you know. But this was better than the last one, and it ended, like, you know, it ended. I mean, the movie didn't really utilize what I thought it was going to be, because I thought it was going to be like dinosaurs and humans coexisting, and dinosaurs were going to like take over the planet like a Planet of the Apes kind of thing, and it kind of is for the first like 20 minutes, and then they go to this island and you're like, oh, okay, it's the second and third one again.
Right.
There was a dinosaur fight at the end, which there was also a dinosaur fight at the end of the first Jurassic World, and I thought it was hilarious when the two dinosaurs teamed up on the one and they killed it, and then they high-fived. They were like, yeah, we did it, like the Mario Brothers or something. Yeah, if you like Jurassic Park, if you like Jurassic World, go see it. You might hate it, I don't know. You know, I mean, I'm not really too attached to this series or these characters, so I'm not gonna get too mad over anything they do. But, you know, I had fun. I liked it. It was fine. If I were rating this as like an actual movie with like plot and character, I'd probably give it like a 2 out of 10 or something. But based on how much fun I'd had, I don't know, I'd like give it a modest recommendation. See you in the theater, sure, have fun. Take your kids, they'll be scared, whatever. I don't know. Final thoughts, Dad?
Yeah, you know, it's not anything to take seriously. It's something you can go watch.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I don't really take these movies seriously. I just want to see dinosaurs tear up shit. Alright, well, that was the end of this review. Jurassic World Dominic, or whatever it was called. Stay tuned for more videos or something.